Hey everybody, Jayborino here, welcome back. Continuing Scattered, a custom campaign for StarCraft 2. We're near the end now, only 2 missions left. This is Mission 5 of the second campaign, Fortress of Abaddon, or Abaddon, whichever you prefer. The time has come to attack the Dominion stronghold. They're mobilizing their forces, but will not be able to reinforce the base in time. Still, what forces they have are dug in deep, so expect heavy resistance. Fortunately, we've been able to get the siege mode up and running. Make good use of it. Also, it appears the Dominion have managed to scramble a single orbiting cruiser to the defenses, though it shouldn't be much of a problem for our Goliaths and Wraiths. Cruisers are smaller, less powerful versions of the heavy battle cruisers. They fill the need for a more economical, mass-producible starship. Interesting. So there's going to be a single battle cruiser that's going to come out somewhere on this map, and we have to fight back. So we're going to make sure to maintain some anti-air. Bump up that game speed to still slow, but the fastest that we can go right now. Okay, orbital commands, as we know. Scouting early also seems extremely important. Oh, they gave us a bunch of siege troopers. That's nice. We can't make those, though, right? We could just make normal marines. We start supply blocked. What a treat. Okay, let's throw that down. I guess Mr. Siege Trooper, go and look around. Immediately, I can see some resources. If I right-click up there,
not enough
what's going to happen? In fact, let's send a group of units up here to see. Now, if we have learned anything, it is that the start of these missions are no joke, and while it is very slow, you can get totally screwed. Okay, of course. That one was not even attacking. What are you doing, Zerglings? I'm furious. Okay, well, we lost the siege trooper. Okay, let's get this all. Let's just get this all going here. Okay, we can lose a couple of these. I don't mind. That's fine. We have a nice expansion to take here. It looks like there's only one way in, and there's 2 geysers. So we have a great place to early expand. We have some extra minerals up here and here. It's probably going to be worth making multiple command centers, if only because of the the orbital commands that we'll eventually get because of it. So let's just get this all saturated. 2 Spartans will help a lot as well, but we're probably going to want to get to either upgrades or tanks, probably both, pretty quick here. And if this is anything like the previous map, it's possible that I'll have to replay this a couple times. We'll see. Let's just get this base saturated. Probably just going to do some long-distance mining over here as well. Hard to say. It might be worth moving the command center, but then the SCVs will be all over the place. Actually, they're going to be all over the place no matter what. Clearing this out was totally worth it, I think. I mean, we lost a couple units.
Not enough.
Like 3 siege troopers, but I think that's ultimately fine. We're getting the smallest amount of gas income possible right now, but every little bit, I think, at this point is absolutely worth it. The real question is, like, what are we expected to do with such a small number of units? So we're just going to hold out behind this bunker, and we know there's Zerg on this map, but it seems like our primary opponent is going to be the Dominion, as it has been previously. We can't really maintain consistent worker production just because our income from these mineral patches is so low. Because we only get, what, like 3 per return, something like that? It's very, very low. We could see right here. Yeah, 3 per return. That also just means that each mining base will last that much longer. But it also takes us that much longer to get set up. So everything is sort of artificially slower. It feels a little more like Warcraft 3, but it's just the economy is slowed down specifically to, again, have sort of an artificial slowness to it. But in any case, I think what I'm going to do is get to tanks. They had talked about siege mode. That seems like the smartest choice, though I would like to really get another command center set up over there. We just have to see what the enemy attacks are going to begin to look like. And it's going to be really expensive, I think, to try to get another command center up and running, and it's hard to say that it would pay for itself quickly. I don't think it would pay for itself fast enough, so I think we should just get this saturated, keep making SCVs to throw on, you know, these errant patches over there just to start mining away, and then look into getting an early factory. And maybe I could put some production down here or over here. I don't know, and we also want to get some early... Maybe an early medevac or something that can scout a little more effectively. I can also move out. I'll quick save right now just because, you know, moving out with these units is dangerous, and I just want to see what else is outside of our base. As I had mentioned, scouting is extremely important. If we can just cram 1 factory in this base, I think right there is fine. Again, we just have to utilize whatever space we have behind this tiny little ramp that we've got. Okay. Should I maybe stick to the bottom, or maybe we want to go up the right? Really just understanding which direction the enemy might come from. Okay, I'm going to throw down a tech lab on our barracks so we can get some more medics. And combat shields as well. I'm not sure if that'll apply to the siege troopers. I see another expansion up there. Let's kind of swing up to this area. Just get like a full picture of the area that's around our base directly here. I'm going to get an orbital command now as well.
Complete.
Combat shields would be nice. I think we could probably afford to get one more SCV on this refinery. There's not a lot of gas on here, so we're going to have to spend our money correctly. Okay, and let's start looking up, further up. And if we can get a couple tanks out, I'll feel so much safer. Marines can hide behind the bunkers. Okay, let's maybe go all the way over to the right. It really depends on where the enemy bases are, as I have said, so... Okay, well, there isn't one there. We need another supply depot. Factory's just about done. This may be the edge of the map. We have found virtually nothing in this scouting session. I feel a bit unsafe, so I think I'm going to back up with the majority of these units. And maybe I should probably just get one Marine out to go and look, because that's the cheapest thing that we could scout with, as opposed to these siege troopers, which we've already lost a couple of, which was a mistake. Okay, and let's start moving out with some extra SCVs to harvest from these super far away patches.
Add-on complete.
Okay, I'm going to grab one more supply depot, and then how much is our tanks and siege mode? Siege mode is 100. Each siege tank is 166. Sure. See, now I'm leaning towards getting a command center set up over here, so I'm going to move an SCV over. I'm actually going to start the command center before I start siege mode, because it's not like we can get an actual siege tank out in time anyway. So I think if we could get... probably prioritizing this gas first and foremost, I'll feel a lot safer. All right, Mr. Marine, why don't you come up here just to see what we can do here? Why don't we just put it here, and then we don't need to build multiple command centers. How about that? Okay, we gotta pretty much scan everywhere. I'm also looking for burrowed Zerg that are gonna give me problems. Okay, I'm gonna get a... I think we want to actually get a tank out before we get siege mode. I mean, these tanks are really strong, but we don't have enough gas, so no reason to rush that, I think. We're cramming these depots in anywhere they'll fit. I'm a little worried about wraiths. Probably from this direction. Okay, so we're going to start siege tech, and I need to get an engineering bay. Probably just, like, right here. Again, wherever this stuff will fit is where we have to put it right now. Eventually we can get a medevac and like build stuff up on these goofy little high grounds, assuming that the game will allow us to do that. So we're going to scan along the bottom. This Marine, again, is just scouting out. I'm really just looking for enemy bases. Okay, he seems to have found the little ramp up to this area, so I'm gonna just right-click him all around the top of the map, and eventually we'll scan as much as we can. Okay, we need more gas. Siege mode coming up. I would like to just start getting some siege tanks. And gas is going to be the ultimate holdup to do that. But we still need more minerals if we want to get some of these tanks out quickly. Not a lot of minerals on these patches right here. We're really on the lookout for more. Okay, so there is just scattered Zerg around the map. Ha! Scattered? That's the name of the thing. Alright. Cannot get a tank out just yet. We can start getting more turrets, though. Really just waiting for... I'll feel so much safer with one tank. The question, I mean, if they're going to be... to get to us, they have to come through here. So we set up tanks like here and here, and I will feel so much safer. Because in theory, they won't be able to see the tanks. Okay, set this up here. I'm going to start getting some extra Marines. And there's our first siege tank. I'm going to move these units up here. It seems like they're going to want to focus on this area right here first. I'm going to get another orbital command because we're going to be scanning the crap out of this map. Okay, that's good to know that there's no ramp here. Supply call down eventually could be useful. Let's go ahead and start spreading some of these SCVs out to this area over here. Spider mines, I suppose, could be useful. And then we just need more SCVs eventually.
Upgrade complete.
I mean, this base seems safe to take. They would have no reason to attack there unless their base is like in the upper right, but that's what I don't know yet. Okay, we got some vultures coming in. Pretty large infantry attack. Very large infantry attack. Siege mode is not done yet. Oh my god. What have I done? Okay, get down there and help us. That is so many Marines. I think we're out healing it. Yes, we are. We are out healing it.
Research complete.
I don't think I can afford to siege this tank right now. Wow. Somehow we survived. Okay, so we need to get siege tanks up here. And let's get one medic. You SCVs come on over here. We need to get these guys are saturated so we can get some more of these tanks. And then infantry weapons level 1. And then you guys stay up here. We're going to turn on auto repair. You're just going to come up here and siege. And then I'm going to get a turret up here as well because I just suspect we're going to get hit by wraiths. And we're going to queue up a bunch of SCVs to saturate this. Where did they come from, though?
Not enough energy.
It's like I kind of want to risk taking this base. But again, I just have no idea which direction they're coming from, so that is not where you needed to be, sir. We have to get more tanks. Given the size of that attack, that was very scary. So let's set you up. One thing that we saw in previous missions is that the tanks, they don't do that much extra damage when they're sieged. It's just the range. The range is huge, so we just are going to need to get some overlapping
the nature of your medical
siege tank fire, and we'll be in good shape. Okay, over here, please. Good, so these are getting fully saturated. I'm gonna get another tank, and then we're gonna start just getting a bunch of Marines. It's the only way, and I think we're probably gonna want to get some turrets over here. I mean, there's already one on the high ground, but we're gonna want some more. So that's good, and then structure armor is going to be my next big thing. But we're looking good. Again, I think what I'm going to do is take one SCV and make a run for this base up here. If we can get that set up, and then we're also going to keep scanning and looking for Dominion bases. If we can find where their bases are, I know where I can set up expansions, and we'll feel so much safer. Okay, good. And then we've got more tanks that we're just going to set up around here. And eventually we want to get a medevac out soon as well. I could build production in the back, or down here actually looks pretty good too. Still not feeling super comfortable with my resource outlook right now. I'm just going to make a lot of these tanks, and then we can build some extra Spartans as well. If we're shooting them with tanks up on the high ground here, in theory they're not going to make it to this ramp, so we shouldn't need to build a bunch of bunkers, but I don't want to speak too soon. Okay, I'm going to get more turrets up here because we need to deny them high ground vision. These tanks have a very slow acceleration, so that it's like they lack push priority. And because they lack push priority, they're unable to... Okay, I see an SCV. Let's see how this goes. Well... Okay, I saw an SCV. Again, we're going to scan up the whole right side of the map. I have a good feeling about it. All right, you come on over here. Going to keep these upgrades going. Keep getting Marines. I guess I'll do this. Add it to my group. I'm going to quick save. I feel like we're on the verge of just getting steamrolled over here momentarily, so... I think as long as we get a shit ton of Marines that get upgraded, we'll be in good shape. Hey, look! It's a shit ton of wraiths. It's exactly what I expected. Yeah, see that? Yeah, and they're getting drawn over to here. And as long as these Marines can't kill my individual tanks, which they almost did, but they didn't quite. And what I probably want to do is just set up a bunker on the bottom so that they're not going straight for my tanks. That's it. Okay, repair, and then rebuild this turret. Okay, this is looking good. This is almost done. When you're done, build a starport. Vehicle weapons, please. And I really can't focus on much more in terms of upgrades right now, because I have to figure out, again, where their bases are and where I can afford to take expansions. This seems safe, so I'm going to hold on to this. And we want to get a medevac out as soon as possible so we can transfer SCVs.
You gonna give me orders? Ah, you scared me.
Okay, so like what I'm gonna do is set up bunkers back here.
Yeah, whatever. Been waiting on
And they'll probably, I mean, the bunkers will likely get killed, but
Upgrade
that is
complete.
okay. Upgrade complete. What finished? I'm not sure. I should probably get combat shields here pretty soon. Oh, it was the orbital command. All right, and then we need to get this saturated. All right, they're in the upper left.
Enough energy.
So the question is, if I take all these upper right bases, will they bother them or not? Like, this one looks pretty good, too. And this is where, again, we're going to get a medevac, and they can kind of hop along the way.
We hear you.
And as long as we stack siege tanks along the path here,
SCV ready.
we should be all good. So yeah, I'm going to grab structure armor.
Mineral field depleted.
Lots of mineral fields depleting. I'm going to grab this medevac next,
In the rear.
because I'm going to pretty much transfer all my SCVs from here up here, because I don't want to be building too many SCVs. It is a big waste.
Upgrade complete.
It seems like these geysers are going to get depleted pretty quick as well.
SCV
I'm going to grab combat shields. That'll pay for itself over time.
by the number.
Mineral field
I'm sorry,
depleted.
siege troopers. Are you stuck? He's not stuck. Good work. Okay, medevac.
SCV ready.
Here, siege troopers. I think they've got a longer range, so it's perfect for them to be inside this bunker. And they're, I guess, less likely to get killed right away. I don't know.
Ready for dust off.
Tempting to get some extra turrets here as well. That turret's going to die for sure.
Life flights here.
Okay.
Huh?
So let's start bringing these SCVs over 2 by 2.
Go ahead. In the rear.
In a way, I mean, the slowness of this
For pickup.
type of play has really grown on me.
On my way.
Like, I'm kind of surprised at how much it has. So we're going to drop off all of them except one, and we're going to go and build the next thing. Yeah, see, this is what I expected. Oh, and then they're going to siege up. Run, SCV, run. Okay, auto repair, please. As long as we've got these high ground siege tanks, we can take out theirs.
Mineral field depleted.
There we go. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, we need to get these upgrades going, like, as soon as possible. I'll just say, fine, let this turret burn down. That's fine. I didn't want it anyway. Alright, stay down here, Miss Lady. The thing is, our Marines can survive those huge blasts eventually.
In the rear with the gear.
So I'm going to grab another engineering bay and queue up some depots. And you know what? This base was set up and they still attacked it.
What's going on?
That's really good for
Ready
me.
For pickup.
Ah, bad news.
Okay,
Big
load them up.
Waiting on you.
We're going to go and take this one. I'm just going to aggressively expand, and I'm going to need a lot more tanks, siege tanks for sure.
In the rear.
And we can also transition some of these SCVs down to just be
Mineral field.
permanent repairers for this base. So come on down here, auto repair.
Not a problem. Please state the nature of your...
And now we can just rally down to the bottom here.
Gangway.
I need so many more barracks, that's for sure.
What's going on?
Let's build another one down here.
Uh-huh.
Again, part of it is just understanding how predictable the enemy attacks
Not
are going to
enough
be.
minerals.
And a lot of the I mean, they're usually not super predictable, but hey. They're just sending SCVs out to scout. Oh, that looks nice, too. I haven't found a Dominion base. This right side
Not
looks
enough
relatively
energy.
safe. I think I should just stick with it. Okay, more tanks for sure. We want to get these. We want to get sieged tanks up here. I can get them up there as well. I want the enemies to walk into these bunkers, though. I probably should have made the bunkers a little bit further back now, in retrospect. Okay. Infantry, weapons, level 2. You all are going to go on auto repair and come on down here.
Will do.
Okay. Reactored barracks, and we're just going to get a bunch of Marines to help us out when the time comes. This is probably too many SCVs. Let's just leave them here, and we'll bring the medevac down to pick up a couple to set up a new base later. So I'm collecting enough resources that I can set up more bases, right? We're looking okay on that front.
Not enough energy.
Oh God, don't do that. Don't you dare. Okay, just a random small group of burrowed shit. Siege on up there. We're gonna put one back here as well, if he'll fit. He will not. That's fine. We'll also put him up here. Or we'll put him up here.
Complete.
Life flight's here.
Armed and ready.
Okay, and we're gonna make sure we go along the right side so that we don't accidentally
1 minute.
fly over Hydralisks or something. Let's get this set up. I wonder if the Dominion expand, though. Again, they sent SCVs out, maybe to scout.
Not enough energy.
Still haven't found them. Clearly, there's not a lot of resources on this map.
Been waiting on you. Gangway.
Hence my concern, because as this goes on, we're just going to get starved for resources. Which is, I guess, it's a good thing that I then decided to expand quickly, because once this is mined out, this is already mined out. We've got this. These are pretty flush. I think I'm going to go for the upper right.
Upgrade complete.
Who wants some?
Assuming that there aren't Zerg there. I mean, I scanned it already, right? I would have seen them. Well, there's a burrowed Ultralisk down there, and I'm just going to ignore it, right? I can just fly over it and get this set up and not worry about that. That's my plan. A problem for our children, that's what I say. Okay, we're going to keep making tons of Marines. Did Neosteel finish? No, I never got Neosteel. Instead, I think I'm just going to go infantry armor. We don't need... I mean, what's the point of loading up more Marines?
Bad news?
All that's going to happen if we load up more Marines is it's going to...
Not enough minerals.
It's going to take up more supply for stationary defense, and eventually we're probably just going to salvage these anyway. I am shocked that I haven't found an enemy base yet.
Not enough energy.
SCV ready.
Okay,
Not
I'd rather
enough
get this
minerals.
saturated before anything else. My SCV... My SCV strategy is very important here. Kind of keep these guys off to the side. We have to make sure we kill wraiths as they come in. Okay, looking good. We're okay on supply right now. Maybe get another couple depots down here. We're definitely capped at 200. I don't know where I got the idea in my head that it was a higher than 200 cap. I'm very, very hesitant. I think I'm very hesitant to get more structures for upgrading when I can't really afford to produce much as it stands. Spider mines could be okay. They haven't attacked me for a while, and that's because they're right here. Yes, kill the Zerg. Wait.
This better be good.
How?
Add-on complete.
They shouldn't know this was here. You know what I mean? Wow, this is forfeit. You know what, though? They ignored this. And we're going to take this one, and I got to get this set up ASAP. So, unfortunately, this is going to be destroyed. I guess what I can try to do is lift this off and flee. Okay. Because that was on this side of the lava. It appears like if we set up
Upgrade
here,
complete.
it'll be safer? Maybe? Okay, well,
Not
I gotta
enough
get...
minerals.
I still have to get this saturated. This command center survives. So I think I'm going to put it here. I don't really need the gas right now, but we may later.
SCV ready.
Okay, they're staying there. Now they're turning around and coming for us. They don't have wraiths with them. We have a decent army, but again, my economy is sort of in a precarious position. See, they're going to have to go up and then through here and then all the way down and around. So I have to keep an eye on where they go. Because the rest of this stuff is in danger.
Inbound.
And I really can't afford to set up another defensive line anywhere.
Base is under attack.
Ah! I'm going to have to send out a group of stuff. I'm going to have to send out a group of something in order to hold out again, or to clear these units out. I think I've taken the bases that I'm able to take. What I'm going to do is just make
exhausted.
Marines, more Marines, and some medics to go up there and clear that out. It's the only option.
Big job, huh?
Alright, so this is not safe. If they appear here, I'm pretty much screwed.
Not enough minerals.
I am very much screwed. Okay, so come on over here.
Base is under attack.
No, okay, this is good. This is exactly where we needed them to go. Goom, 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 goom. Hey, don't walk into those, please.
SCV ready.
Okay, so that means that these areas are relatively safe. I just need to, again, make more Marines, because we want to go up and take that area.
Life flights here.
What's going
USCVs come on down here. Okay, let me take a moment. This is slow enough that, you know, I've got plenty of time to figure out what I want to do next. Ah, see, they just scouted me with an SCV, but I don't know if that means
SCV ready.
they're coming at me with some sort of group of vengeful forces or not.
Go, go.
Make an effort.
Okay, and again, these are pretty large attacks. We've got the tanks on the high ground. I want to get +3 vehicle for this exact reason. Okay, you Marine, you group, you're going to come up here
Upgrade complete.
Want some?
to here and then land there. Maybe what I should do is just not worry about these bunkers at all. These things will die. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine with me. Can make another turret instead. Okay, so now we've got more things to scan with. Where the heck? I mean, there's obviously a base up here, right? Is this their main and only base? This is fascinating. We've made it pretty far into the mission, but we're in a precarious position in terms of economy. That's the thing. This is sort of mined out, but not really.
Want some?
Upgrades looking good. Upgrades looking good.
What's going on?
I think we just need more tanks on the high. I mean, they just need to be funneled into this killing
Upgrade
ground.
complete. Not enough minerals.
Okay, let's not overqueue. And we got to get these other bases saturated up top.
Gotcha.
Not
Okay.
enough minerals.
This is a nice
Upgrade
base, and if it's
complete.
left alone, then I'm in great shape.
This
So we want to come over here and clear this out.
SCV ready.
We may not have brought quite enough. That's okay. Let us now run away with the medevac. We'll make another run at it later. I should have brought some of the Spartan Company, but I was too afraid to take them away from home base. Turn in your minerals. Every mineral counts at this point. Man, again, the way that these missions are designed, the fact that this is so
Not enough minerals. Upgrade
so
complete.
tight in terms of resources is frightening to me. Huh, that would be interesting.
Gangway coming through.
I want to see how this connects
Go, go.
and which direction the enemy comes from when they come to attack
Not
us.
enough
Because,
energy.
again, it's possible that all this up here is safe. I can't see burrowed Zerg on the minimap, though, which is kind of irritating to me. This I want to take. They left this alone, though. That's very telling. So I'm very pleased with that.
Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Let's
This
go.
better be good.
Okay, let's take another group.
Please state the nature of your
Upgrades for sure.
SCV ready.
Okay, as long as these wraiths are killed, they have no vision on the high ground. And then these poor infantry lords are going to just run into tanks and get absolutely obliterated. Please repair here. Okay, this appears to be the proper utilization of defense. Here comes a whole nother group. Yeesh. Okay, let's get another repairer up here. He'll do his thing.
Taking effort, dropping off.
Okay, medevac, we're going to come up here,
Well, hallelujah.
then here again, and then drop here again,
Dropping off.
and then we're going to get +3 vehicle weapons. Okay. Looks like we can't quite repair this guy. Maybe he can do it on the low ground. Just because of the way that the... No, we can't. That would have been weird. We just move this guy a little bit over so that they have access to all of
Our
them.
SCVs are under attack.
No! Is it because they scouted it? They knew. It's virtually impossible to stay hidden from all of these attacks. Like, there's no way that you could possibly
Confirmed.
head off all these attacks from these different directions. Unless we find out sort of a choke point from where they're coming from. Right? So it's obviously up here, but what is the way in and out such that we can build defense in front of it? Because we simply cannot
Not
defend
enough
against
energy.
attacks of this size from multiple directions. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we are constantly building SCVs and expanding, because otherwise we run entirely out of money.
Where's the emergency?
SCV
So,
ready.
and you know, they are scouting with SCVs, so they're not
Enough
cheating.
energy.
You know, I'll give them that. They're not cheating. But this is disappointing. We've tried over... I mean, this is a possibility. We got to start scanning to the left now.
Not enough energy.
We don't know if maybe they've been crossing this bridge or not. Ah. Okay.
SCV ready.
Again, I sort of just have to decide which direction. This has not been scouted. We're sort of protected by a burrowed Ultralisk as well.
SCV ready. Ah, you scared me. By the numbers, boys.
All right. Again, I'm just sort of
SCV ready.
thinking hard about how I want to approach this. Now I think is the time to get another armory, and I'm going to start getting ship upgrades. Because it seems like lots of wraiths could do the trick here, especially cloaked wraiths.
SCV
I still want to clear this out. They maybe, well, if they came down here to attack this one, they're probably going to hit this one as well.
Taking effort, dropping off.
Okay.
ETA, 1 minute.
Let's try this one more time. There were like 4 Hydralisks. This group should be able to kill those. Yes, shoot the medic. Good work. I mean, you can't really micro here, unfortunately.
Vespine Geyser exhausted.
Okay, so let's land. I mean, this base is going to get toasted. If they came all the way down out of their way to go over here, then they're going to be able to see this. I think it's almost worth my while to sneak the rich mineral fields all the way up here. I'm going to try it. It honestly, I think, seems worth it.
Base is under attack.
Okay, new enemy attack. What I like here is that sieged tanks don't do insane damage. They do a lot more... It seems like they do more splash damage. Like a larger radius of splash damage. But that's mostly it. Medevacs and then wraiths. Yeah, okay. So let's...
Big job, huh?
I'm going to grab 2 more...
You're the boss. Over
2 more starports down here.
Base is under attack.
Move it.
I hate you. Okay, we're on the high ground. They can't see us. There's nothing burrowed here. Okay. Again, they blend into the minimap, so it's kind of hard to see. Again, maybe if we're lucky, that'll stay relatively safe. This up here has been doing really well for us. I'm going to get these guys are saturated. Might be able to steal these as well. That one.
Life flight's here.
All right, medevac, come home. We're going to get you repaired up. These attacks are huge. As long as our missile turrets kill these wraiths. There we go. Are you able to get back here and repair these? No. You know, they wouldn't even siege up in the first place if they didn't have any vision. No! That's a big loss right there. Alright, yeah, these attacks are just huge. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Alright. Seems like we ultimately should just get more siege tanks. So what do you think? You think this'll be relatively safe or no? Probably no, given the track record of everything else. All right, saturate there. So now we have to decide again what are the safe areas to go for here. See, there's burrowed units there. I think we just have to keep kind of floating around with the medevac and doing our thing. The Zerg won't get upgraded, so that's a plus. I will get Neo Steel Frame for later. This is our only good mining base at this point. Everything else is sort of in shambles because somehow the Dominion knows exactly where to go. The rich mineral fields, though, this could really pay for itself if they leave it alone, and we won't know. Oh, God. This looks like a disaster. Ah. Okay. Okay. How do we get into this base, though? You know? These two right here. How do we get into these bases?
Not enough energy.
And then there's just spider mines everywhere, of course. We don't have any mobile detection. Okay, I'm gonna get 2 reactors on these. Cloak is on its way.
This better be good.
And I think now we need to get more tanks and set them up on the high ground. Just lots of tanks. And then you all can just stay on auto repair. And as long as we have turrets to kill wraiths and the ability to repair those turrets, then we're fine against these attacks. On the plus side, this seems excellent, what we've got going on right here. So it's really just figuring out where to attack and what bases to hold on to now. So again, this has been no joke. This has been tough. They're entirely on the left side of the map, but there's so many ways they can exit this fortress and go and attack us.
SCV ready.
See, like the thing is, like, this was on the high ground and they still knew it was there.
Research complete.
SCV ready.
I think maybe we make another medevac expedition.
It's all me.
Okay, yeah, the range on these is just absurd, so we're just going to keep making more of them. Wraiths are expensive. Which Vespene guys are probably down here, right?
Go ahead. In the rear with the gear.
Okay, well, we've got these two, and we're going to we've already got pretty good mineral income up here. So the next question is, what do we do with the semi-advantage that we have now in terms of, before this, you know, this base will get mined out. We've got these. Let's put another SCV on this guy. If we want to take this, we have to kill some burrowed Zerglings. That shouldn't be a big deal. Let's,
SCV ready.
you know what? Let's bring the Spartan Company.
Taking up or dropping off.
Fuck out of here, Wraiths.
Base is under attack.
Now let's get some of these SCVs up here. See, with no vision, they're just going to be terribly confused on where to go and what to do. And you know what? Once the medevac makes its rounds, I can come back and go a different way as well. So I think I'm going to try this base.
Loud and clear.
May end up flying over more Zerg along the way. Let's quick save, because I can almost guarantee that's what's going to happen.
What's going on?
These two guys can stay up here.
Give us your best shot. Go ahead.
And I guess, yeah, just more tanks on the high ground. As long as there's like one building for the enemies to hit, then we're fine. I don't know if this Wraith thing is a good idea. Remember, though, we had in the first campaign, there was a micro map where we had some +3 Wraiths, and they were insanely strong, so might be the right choice. They did not attack up here. Man, I don't know. We're at about 40 minutes. This might be a good time to stop. Let me do one more round of scanning and uncover as much of the map as possible.
Assistance required.
Perfect.
Been waiting on you.
Any more?
This better be good.
Can we check over here as well?
Of course. Go, go, go!
Medevac, yeah, we'll just leave you here for now. So, in theory, I can take this. The fact that they didn't attack this means to me that this is probably safe. We got 2 weirdly placed geysers. This also looks like a great place. We just have all these stupid Zerg, just this random Zerg around the map that we have to clear. Excellent.
Roger that. Armed and ready.
Every little bit that we clear, though, is just ensuring that we can expand to this next time, so... Cool. Okay, looks good. So we're going to come down here next, and we're going to check
Got it.
this area. I'll just drop up there. Like, they have to go through a maze to get up here in the first place, so again, it's possible they'll leave that alone. They did attack... No, they didn't attack there, but they attacked this. It seems to me like they only send SCVs out to scout at
Mineral field depleted.
the beginning, and once you're through that, then they no longer scout and they don't know where to attack. Maybe? I'm making that up, so don't quote me on that. All right, let's load this up.
Research complete.
If we can, again, secure this upper part,
Dropping off.
then we're going to be
Upgrade
flush
complete.
with cash. It's just, you know, getting enough cash to actually build a big, I mean, at this point, I feel like Wraiths might be the only option. There's spider mines everywhere.
Base is under attack.
Yep, and they still attacked down here. This is excellent. All right, look out, friend. They have no vision. Force them to come up the ramp. Yep, and they have no vision. Perfect. Okay, this is exactly what needs to happen. But we need so many tanks because the damage output really, it's still not there. We need even more tanks. Okay, is this clear? As long as the high ground is clear, then I don't care if Zerg unburrow on top of me later. Okay, so we're going to send these guys home. We'll use the medevac to drop some tanks up here. Get one more siege tank. Upgrades going well. Sure, I'll get Caduceus Reactor.
Bad news?
Okay, and then more orbital commands. Holy shit, we're doing it. We're doing it, boys.
What's going on?
We're doing it, boys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set up a command center right here. For the future, there's almost no way that these are going to be harvestable, just because SCVs are going to try to exit over here and get boxed in.
Upgrade complete.
Or something. We'll see. Wow, no Zerg. I mean, this SCV might die. Oh, no. He's good. Excellent work. Okay. And again, they continue to attack my main base,
Where's the
which is
emergency?
excellent news. And I will continue to make errant turrets for them to stop and shoot. Did anyone see the terrain shift there as I threw down a turret? That was a little strange, huh?
Picking up or dropping off.
High ground tanks, baby.
This better be good.
Hello? There you go. Okay. Took him a while to siege up there. Still got a pretty solid attacking force. Well, defending force at this moment. But we also are going to need more depots. This is going to be my depot farm.
Roger.
Over time.
SCV ready.
Whew. Okay. Well, you know, we made literally zero offensive progress on this map. But it's been an hour in-game time, and we've discovered, I think, everything we need to know about it, considering we can now scan the whole thing.
Not enough.
All right,
energy.
big old base down here, too. Yeah, they attack from here.
Mineral field
Gas.
depleted.
Gas.
You want a piece of
Gas.
me, boy?
This stuff's going to get mined out, and that's what, again, we'll continue to use the medevac to ferry units back and forth.
Understood.
All right, and then now let's see if we can drop another one up here. Let's see if it'll fit.
Gangway, coming through.
It did. Perfect.
Give us your best.
Now what?
Is there anything else we need this medevac for at this exact moment? I don't think so. So we know that this whole area is unsafe. This whole area that I'm mousing over on the minimap is unsafe, but we've got all these other bases further up that are safe.
You scared me.
I don't know, man. Okay, so I'm going to spend some supply to get some more SCVs, because we've never had this many mining bases operating at the same time. Apparently, I mean, this we also cleared out and should be safe.
SCV ready.
Saturated. Eventually, I'll use medevacs to ferry these guys over, so I guess let's send
Upgrade complete.
Miss Medevac
Research
all the way up here. We
complete.
did clear out a lot of the Zerg in this area. And again, there's like this kind of whole no man's land of expansions up here that we just cannot hold on to, because there's no choke point where we can stop them from getting to us, because there's so many different avenues they can take. The only place that I can reliably hold on to is the middle right here, so we're just going to have a big old ball of Marines. Goliaths would also be really good. Goliaths/Spartans would be really good. I'm going to get normal Goliaths because they're less supply.
SCV ready.
Cool. And I'm going to go ahead and quick save, because I think, well, let's survive this attack. But I think now I'm going to go ahead and quick save, because this is good. This is an excellent time to stop, in my opinion. Almost guaranteed this army, this group, doesn't upgrade. Oh, nope, never mind. I stand corrected. I was going to say, the attacks that come from this direction are not being upgraded. Yes, see, this base does not upgrade. This base almost definitely does. There's the cruiser. That is terrifying. And that's one of the smaller ones, apparently. And yeah, they're fully upgraded. So we have to get to 333. We know our Goliaths can stand up to siege tanks, so those might be good to attack with. It just depends on how many siege tanks they have. Again, it's also very tempting to make just a shit ton of wraiths, because our Marines are going to get chewed up. I just don't know. It's really hard to say. Hey, he didn't get stuck. This one did.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, let's do that, and then let's send our medevac over to save this SCV. Okay, yeah, so now I'm going to quick save, and that's going to call it for today's episode. It's been, I think, an excellent start, and we'll try to make this work next time. I hate these stupid burrowed Zerg that are just in random spots to stop you from flying over stuff. Okay, yes, now, let's go ahead and stop. I'll see you next time. Bye now.